I am firmly of the belief that stories are at the heart of the human condition. We tell each other stories all the time. We tell ourselves stories all the time. We ascribe a narrative and values and motives to events that don't have them because that's how we interpret the world. A completely random event, such as a car hitting a body of water on the road and spraying you, could be purely unintentional on the part of the driver, but I guarantee in that moment, you're not going to be thinking, oh, how unfortunate that he didn't notice that water. You're going to be thinking, that jerk, he deliberately sprayed me. He saw me. He probably didn't. Maybe he did. We don't know. But we write stories in our heads all the time for ourselves, and then we share those stories with other people. Oh, this jerk sprayed me with water, or whatever it may be. We create narratives about other people and what they're doing in our own lives. And for better or worse, and sometimes it is for worse. I mean, this is how conspiracy theories get started, because people see a fact or believe a thing, which isn't necessarily a fact, and then they have to explain to themselves why nobody else believes the thing that they believe, and you get a conspiracy theory. So, but also positively, we tell people stories all the time for entertainment and to share values, and stories are at the heart of the human condition, and I'm really interested in stories for that reason. Why do we tell the stories that we tell? How do we tell the stories that we tell? What are the shared values and beliefs that come out of this? Simple example of a social story that we love to tell in the Anglosphere. If two people squabble all the time in a TV show and they're of opposite genders, and more today, even if they're of the same genders, they're totally going to hook up. And this is not a new thing. Shakespeare did this. Jane Austen did this. Two people who banter and squabble all the time. It must be true love. That's a story we tell over and over again. It's really, why do we tell that story? I'm not sure, but it's interesting that we do. And so I'm really interested in stories, whether those stories be collaborative, such as in the case of role-playing games, which I play a lot. I'm currently running a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game. I've played a lot of D&D, a lot of Marvel superheroes in my past, various other games. I love to read books, got lots and lots of them, pretty much fully on the Kindle ebook bandwagon these days, just because it's so much easier to store them. And then we come to film and TV. Whether a story is textual or audiovisual, I'm really into it. And so, or collaborative or interactive, such as computer games. Most computer games I play, I'm there for the story, not the gameplay. Ironically, one of my favourite computer games, which is Doom 2, is completely without story. The story is there are monsters and guns. Use the guns to shoot the monsters. That's as deep as classic Doom gameplay gets from a story perspective. But it's very much an outlier for me. I'm generally there for the story, and there are times when the gameplay is an active deterrent to me because I really only care about the story. And there are times when the gameplay is fine and I'm quite willing to go through it. But what I'm there for is the story. And so then we come to movies and TV shows. And I have lots and lots of movies and TV shows that I have bought over the years, whether that be on physical media or digitally. It's around 2,000 separate titles, to give you an idea of the size that we're talking about. And about 7 years ago, I realised, wow, I've got so much stuff I've never even watched. I bought it, intending to watch it, never have. And so I actually started to really make an effort to watch stuff and to write about the stuff that I was watching. And I've been doing that for 7 years. I've got over 1,000 reviews. 7 years ago when I started that, the idea of recording videos never occurred to me. But it's 2021 now, and it's much, much easier to record videos, particularly when basically it's just going to be a static screen like this with me talking over it, and maybe occasionally a few images from movies and things like that I'm talking about. It's much easier to record videos, upload them, and share reviews that way as well. So What is an Old Man Watches? Well, it's me talking about stuff that I've watched. I'm going to go through my backlog of reviews that are currently in text format, and in many cases I'll update them into a video like this and share them on a regular basis. You should probably expect to see 3 or 4 reviews a week coming out this way while I work through my backlog. That's going to take a very long time because, as I said, I've been doing this for 7 years. There's over 1,000 reviews that I have backed up. So expect to see these happening about 3 or 4 times a week. Watch them or don't watch them, that's entirely up to you, obviously. There'll be a wide selection of different types of things. There'll be a lot of genre, TV and film, science fiction, horror, but there'll be other things as well. There'll be a lot of stuff you've never heard of. There'll be some stuff you've definitely heard of. There'll be Marvel movies, for instance. That's what this is going to be. That's why I'm doing it. A combination of just, I really love stories, and this is a way to make sure that I watch the stories that I own and engage with them and think about them, because, when you start talking to people about them, it's for you to think about, why did this story work? Why didn't this story work? Is this story something I would recommend to somebody else? So this will be a playlist. It'll end up being quite long. Obviously, there'll be lots and lots of them. But hopefully, sooner or later, one of these reviews catches your eye and you think, oh, I'm interested in learning about that film or TV show. And you'll be able to hear what I had to say. So there you go. That's what it's all about. And expect to see the first review in a day or two. Thanks very much.